go beyond a fad, we need to have a good grip on the matter of caring. Caring about the effects of our actions is what will make all these green things we do sustainable. I'm not an all-sum environmentalist who believes wearing hemp and eating only dead fruits and vegetables will save the world. This kind of extremism is off-putting and does not advance the issues at hand. I'm out there in the world stumbling, fumbling, and mumbling around much like you. I'm not one to preach, but within these pages you'll find one real plea. That's right, care. Everything else, I believe, will follow. Of course, I try to provide examples of what people should care about and what will be in our and the planet's best interest. You'll be the judge of whether any of that sticks. There is too much passing the buck these days. That businesses must change first, that the government must set new policies in order for anything to really make a difference. It's easy to write off any real responsibility. Regardless of who does what, we as individuals have to let businesses and governments know that we indeed have a say in our future. To fully understand the issues, we have to be informed about the world in which we live and what environmental issues are trying it most. So buckle up, settle in, and take note of the ride that follows. We're off the road and exposing the most provocative environmental issues of our time. Trust me, you will care about what you read. Chapter 1. Losing Our Past. Jerusalem, Israel. The light blinds me after I switch it on. It's 4 a.m. and still dark outside. I'm awake, ready for my trip to Jerusalem. Jerusalem may seem like an odd place to begin the journey on which I'm embarking. We don't associate it with environmental crisis as we do the melting ice caps or the dwindling forests. But Jerusalem is indeed tied to the environment in two essential ways. First, there's a religious connection. Jerusalem is the epicenter of faith for nearly half the world's population. For Christians, Jews, and Muslims, Jerusalem is the holiest place on earth. It physically and spiritually represents the roots of their belief system. And these beliefs are all based on loving thy neighbor, on community, and being responsible stewards of the earth. In other words, caring. Caring for the environment is the first step. Second, historic monuments are omnipresent in Jerusalem, and those monuments are decaying at a faster rate than at any time in history because of climate change. Indeed, you could say that we are losing not only our future to global warming, but our past as well. In the basement of the Ecce Homo convent of the Sisters of Sion, I jump off some scaffolding and make my way around a dark archway. A few light bulbs hang from the ceiling 50 or so feet above my head. The mucky silt on the ground exposes my footprints. Omar, a local tour guide I've convinced with 100 shekels to take me down to this place, stops on a raft of rocks a few feet away from me, where big boulders have fallen or been set aside, probably when this maze of pools was built in the 2nd century. We're in the belly of the ancient water system that was used to supply the Temple Mount in the Old City. Underground arches like the one I am next to rise to where they meet the road above, the Via Dolorosa, where Christ walked strapped to a cross. The farthest arch from me is walled off. Just beyond that arch is the end of the Western Wall, a place significant in Jewish religious history as a physical reminder of the destruction of the Second Holy Temple. This point is also the westernmost side of the fortress that holds the Dome of the Rock, Islam's oldest religious monument in existence. We are within a few feet of where the three religions geographically meet. Drips make their way to puddles and echo throughout the cavern. Omar points. That's it, there. Directly in front of me now is the walled archway. Omar is pointing to the top stone in its cap. The silt floor looks like quicksand or wet cement. Is it safe to walk across? I want to get a closer look. No, Omar says. Maybe. One delicate footstep at a time, I make my way over. Standing now far above that basement, I'm at the uppermost corner of the western wall. From here I can see all the way across the grounds to the gold Dome of the Rock. This massive mosque sits mightily atop the Temple Mount. I'm standing in the middle of an elementary schoolyard. Children play and taunt and scream. It must be recess. "Hey, mister," they yell. "What you do?" What I am doing is piecing together the stones that comprise the connection to a common God. Specifically, I'm looking for just one, the one where all three religions physically meet. I want to see if it too is corroding. As the Earth's temperature rises, it accelerates the effects of pollution. Warmer air concentrates harmful gases and makes them more powerful. It's similar to bleach that has not been diluted with water. The result is that historical sites and ruins begin to decay faster. This is important because we need to preserve the past. We need to know where we've been to understand where we are going.